Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel that are scattered abroad. It's your morning news and prophecy. Pretty much just going through a few articles and getting some scriptures and comparing them, all right, to the timing that we're in, all right. The book of Ecclesiastes tells us that there's a time for everything up under the sun, man. Matter of fact, let's start with that one real quick. Let's start with that one. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verses 1. And I'll read that. And we're clearly in a time of war. We're clearly in a time of great death, great enchantments, witchcraft spells being put on the masses, riots. We're in a time of sedition. We're in a time of hate. We're in a time of we're not in a time of peace. Nope. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, it says, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal. That's right. A time to kill. We're in a time of kill. A time to heal. It's not a time, unless you're coming into this truth. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, right? And we're in that time of mourning. That's clearly the time that we're in right now. Clearly in a time of mourning, man. Do you look outside and you can just see everybody mourning, man. Everybody's mourning. They don't get paid enough. They're stressed out. They're completely in despair, all right? And anguish and anxiety, all right? They're thinking about letting everything go. They're thinking about just not waking up. So, yeah, it says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate. Yeah, we're in a time of hate. A time of war. Yeah, we're in a time of war and a time of peace. So we're not in a time of peace. We are definitely in a time of war. We're in a time of the end, the very, very end. I want to play this video, and I'm going to play a bunch of different videos. Bear with me. I'm just going to go. It's going to be everywhere with this thing, man. But I'm going to explain. So this just says Trump is not dismantling the deep state. He is wrecking ball to replace the old cult system with the next stage. Yeah, the new world order. All right. And David Icke's going to break it down for you right here. Check this out.
If you look at the First World War, at the end of it, the world was a completely different place to what it was before. The Second World War, the world again, the status quo as was no more, and that post-Second World War system has pretty much bubbled along. But now we're looking at the end game that was planned all along, whereby artificial intelligence takes over the human mind. The current status quo has to go to allow that to happen. And that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at the end of the globalist world order. We're looking at the next stage of it. Because how it works is this. You have this global cult that operates through governments, through corporations, NATO, the BRICS alliance, all these different areas that appear to be unconnected are actually connected.
Yeah, that's beautiful. He just said it because it appears that we're at war and all these things, but always remember that the bankers was at Rothschild's. Their mother said there wouldn't be a war without my sons involved. All right, they fund all the wars. They're creating all the chaos. And all right, the Lord's coming to throw their asses in slavery, man. It looks like Donald Trump is going to war with different people It looks like Putin and everybody in Ukraine are all against each other, but in reality, there's people that are pulling the strings at the top, man. There's families that are pulling the strings at the top that you never see. That the Lord is going to take directly into slavery when He comes back, man. They're going to be the first fruits of slavery on this earth, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's pull this one in the book of. Let's go to Revelations first. Let's pull that Revelations, obviously. Revelations chapter 13 and 10. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." And captivity means slavery. And this whole system, as you can see, like when the C-19 happened, the COVID, man, all right, every single country followed suit. All right. Just like you think that they're against each other, when another C-19 happens, they're going to follow suit. When this mark of the beast happens to be mandated, spoken about in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, they're all going to follow suit. It's a big covering cast over all the people, man. Like, they really don't know what's going on. All right. When they implement this technology, it's gonna go everywhere, right? See, they act like they're against each other, but there's people pulling the strings in the background. Basically, what I'm trying to say. All right, all this right here, the Maduro situation, all this right here, there's control at the top. All right, there's control at the very, very, very top. So going back to Revelations, I was trying to make a point, but I forgot. I totally forgot what I was about to say. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." Yeah, Esau, Edom, all right, so-called white man, is going to go into captivity. And not all the white people are Esau, Edom. Some of them are Israelites. And some of you Jakes that may look black or brown, you're actually Esau, Edom. All right. We'll know in the end. The Lord knows who is His. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." So these people are going into captivity. All right, you devils, you Edomites are going into captivity, man. All right, you clearly hung us from trees, brung us over here, killed most of us off, stole this land from our Native American brothers and sisters, you know, and now you're still doing the same thing in 2026, stealing land. All right, but hey, the Lord's gonna make sure that you feel everything, that you pay for every single crime, man. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints." That's right. I want to follow that up by this video. I'll play another video, but let me grab Job chapter 18. Yep. It says, verse 10. Job chapter 20. Yeah, this is Job 20 and 8 and 19. It says, "Because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desires." And what does he desire? His new world order. All right. He desires to have you in slavery. All right. Like the scriptures say in 2 Thessalonians, sitteth in the temple of Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Matter of fact, let's pull that real quick. Just rapid fire real quick, man. All right, rapid fire. It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. No. Second Thessalonians 2 and I'll start at 7. Yeah, let's start at 7. It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7. No. We got to start at 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Right. Esau, Edom, the son of perdition. Perdition means destruction. And as you can see, that's all he does in the earth, is destroy everything. It says, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power. Let me read this in the GNT. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4 in the GNT. So he exalts himself against the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He says that he is the Most High. There's no God besides him, right? He thinks that he is the Most High Yahweh. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. And, yeah. Let's go to it. 2 and 4. It says, he will oppose every so-called God or object of worship and will put himself above them all. Yeah, he don't worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He will even go in and sit down in God's temple and claim to be God. And that's Esau, Edom, especially with his technocracy, with all this AI and everything. Like, you know, these are pretty much miracles inside of the beast. All right, with these robots, you know, this new system that they're rolling out. All right, everything about it. All right, it says he will even go and sit down in Yahweh's temple and claim to be Yahweh. Don't you remember I told you all this while I was with you? Yet there is something that keeps this from happening now, and you know what it is. At the proper time, then the wicked one will appear. Yeah, the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. It says the mysterious wickedness is already at work. And it's at work right now. It says, but what is going to happen will not happen until the one who holds it back is taken out of the way. Then the wicked one will be revealed. But when the Lord Yahweh Shai comes, he will kill him with the breath from his mouth and destroy him with his dazzling presence. Right. It says the wicked one will come with the power of Satan and perform all kinds of false miracles and wonders. Yeah, especially with his AI, his technology. All right. False miracles and wonders. All right. It says, and use every kind of wicked deceit on those who will perish. Right. Wicked deceit, starting with his technology. They will perish because they did not welcome and love the truth so as to be saved. That's right. So I wanted to go to another video. Let's pull that one real quick. Now this is another video pretty much backing up that last video by David Icke. All right, I want you to hear it.
Governments around the world are all becoming tyrannical all at the same time. This is being done on purpose. This is called order out of chaos. In the same way they did this during COVID, where almost every government around the world walked in lockstep with the exact same agenda to essentially push enslavement on their people until people finally woke up and realized what was being done to them after many people were convinced to take a medical experiment just because someone in authority told you it was safe and effective, and now we see the detrimental harm that it's done. They create order out of chaos. They manufacture crisis events to create chaos, then they can bring order out of that chaos. Problem, reaction, solution. You create a problem. You invoke the reaction that you need from the people, who will then beg you to give the solution for the very same problem they created. From COVID to mass immigration to the digital ID, all this is being used to convince people that it's good for them to acquiesce to their own enslavement. I don't care if you believe the right or the left is looking out for you. Both sides are walking in the exact same direction, and the exact same boot will be placed on your neck, and you won't even notice until you can't breathe and it's crushing your neck. That's how this goes. They've done this in history before, and it's killed millions of people. Do not acquiesce to your own enslavement. The only way out of this is united non-compliance. If enough people say, no, fuck you, make me. They want to create laws against hate speech because they hate what you're saying. They don't like the fact that people are speaking out and waking up to the fact that these politicians are all richer than they've ever been. Doesn't matter what side you align with, they're all corrupt, and they're all being used to push the exact same agenda.
That's right. So, hey, but the Lord is about to come, and let me grab you one more scripture. I'm about to close out because I want to do another, Lord willing. This is see, basically, these devils are being exposed. All right. This is Nahum. This is Nahum. Nahum chapter 3. Yeah. Nahum chapter 3 and 5. Let's go to that. I'll start at 4. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, it's talking about America, the mistress of witchcrafts. Why is the mistress of witchcrafts? It's talking about America, because of all these enchantments. See, everybody's waking up to the fact of problem, reaction, solution. This is a thing that they do on us. This is what they do. They're experimenting on us, right? People are waking up, man. Isaiah 47, come down and sit in the dust, uncover the locks, make bare the leg. All right, so Esau, Edom is being discovered. The Lord is making it so that everybody sees who this devil is, and there's no escaping it. So he don't care anymore. He telling you that he's coming after your children. He's telling you that what he's going to do. He's going to take over this land and take that land. Oh, yeah, and the silver. Oh, man, I got to do another video. Goodness gracious, man. It's so much going on. I seen the Apostles' video. He was talking about the making videos, man. Like, why ain't nobody making videos? And I always know when he's going to start saying that because I be looking. But, man, it's too much stuff going on in the earth, man, to not make a 5-minute video. If you can, you know. And it's kind of sad that he keeps having to say that, but it's none of my business. So I'm going to stay over this way. I just wanted to say that. That's kind of sad, man. That's real. I feel bad that he has to say that. So there's too much going on and not be doing something. It says, Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. It's talking about America, man. All right? It's talking about Esau, Edom as a whole, the nation of Esau, Edom. So not just America, but all of them. It says, you know, it's talking about America and it's talking about all of them. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord. So the Lord is against you. What did he say in the book of Malachi? The nation against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Yeah, just because he made you don't mean he don't hate you. Going back to the book of Romans, right? Man, so that's, the Lord do what he want to do. The Lord said he's against you, saith the Lord of hosts, and will discover thy skirts upon thy face. So he's discovering your wickedness, and will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Yeah. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. So everybody's looking at you. Everybody's looking at you. Everybody's looking at you. Everybody's making report because this covering cast. Matter of fact, let's close off with that. The Lord is getting rid of this covering cast, man. This is Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain meaning governments, right? The face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. They're all up under a witchcraft spell, man, of Esau, Edom, the nation of Esau, Edom. They've gone throughout the earth and got everybody drinking out of their wine. You got their banks are in every single place. They control all the money, everything. Your televisions, your accounts. They're training. I found out that the IDF is training American ICE agents and things like they're everywhere. They're infiltrated everywhere. These devils, man. Hey, but the Lord is discovering them. The Lord is about to destroy this covering cast, man. All right, which is a veil over the people's eyes as to what the hell is really going on. See, everybody is forgetting. All right, everybody's forgetting about the devil, man. They want to point fingers at everybody else, but they need to point fingers at this devil, Esau, Edom, man. That's the one. But the Lord is discovering this devil. All right. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations, man.
The government wants to control every part of your life. From what you say to what you think to where you can go. They want to monitor everyone's behavior and convince you that you should think the way that they want you to think. They want to gaslight you to believe that there is a such thing as hate speech. Hate speech is free speech. It's the freedom to be able to say what you think when you want. And if somebody disagrees, well, too bad, because...
Well, yeah, all those amendments, these things that were written down, American, whatever, man. Yeah, you can't say anything. All right, they already got you. Right now, I got 3 videos uploading on my backup channel, and they've been uploading forever. So if they uploaded, I gotta go check, but I don't know. But I believe that see, they're putting. There's always been lists, red lists, yellow lists. All right, blue lists, whatever. They got all of you on lists, man. They got all of us on lists that are making these videos that are letting everybody know about this devil. All right, it don't matter, who you are. If you got a podcast or something, you saying the truth about what's happening in the earth, they're gonna come and get you. They're gonna try to come and get us, man. They don't want us around. All right, try to throw us in those re-education camps. Concentration camps, isolation camps, whatever. This is the devil the Bible speaks of. This is what he has in his heart. All right. This is how he feel, man. This is how he feel, and this is what he gonna do. All right.
I will fight to the death for your right to say it, even if I disagree. We should be monitoring and surveilling every single politician, everywhere they go, everything they do. But yet they're doing this to us. We should know where the money's going, Why are they all richer than they've ever been as we are more poor than we've ever been? This is all being done on purpose. The communist New World Order that they need to implement is the idea they need to bring everybody to the same poverty level. Hence why they're flooding our countries with millions and millions of foreigners who don't really contribute and will just acquiesce to their own enslavement. That's why they need to get rid of white people, because throughout all of history, we're the ones that fight back against these type of agendas. So you better wake up and realize united non-compliance is our only way.
Hold up, what did he say? They need to get rid of white people. That's the freaking point of the whole thing. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for saying that. And it's not just white. So you don't know. You don't understand. It's not just white people. It's Esau, Edom. It's not white people. You know, even though we teach it like that, it makes it seem like. See, that's another thing. It makes it seem like we hate white people, man. No, we don't hate white people. We hate Edomites. The Lord hates the Edomites. Because some of the white people, we got to say it different, man. We got to figure this shit out. Because the way we teach it, it's like we hate white people, you know. But it's not white people. It's the Edomites, man. But he just said it. Look. Anyway, man. Let me get a scripture and I'm about to close it out, man. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and 8. And it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Yeah, there's riots going on in Iran. There's riots going on in America. ICE riots. You know, civil war is coming to this place, man. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people have spoiled thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. That's right. So the Lord's going to destroy you because of all these things, man. It says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Yeah. You know, through his bunkers, you know, his technology. You think that's going to help him? It didn't help Israel whenever Iran was shooting those missiles through there, didn't it? That Iron Dome didn't work. Right? Your technology wasn't working, was it? It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house, yeah, the house of Esau, Edom, by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Let me skip down. Yep. Yeah, verse 11, it says, for a stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe unto him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. That's right. And that's Esau, Edom. Anyway, I like to say shalom. Hopefully the message was edifying. I went way too long. All right.